She held the Bible tighter than she realized. Her fingers pressed into the worn leather cover as if she were trying to anchor herself to something solid. The room was quiet, except for the faint ticking of the clock and the soft hum of the refrigerator in the distance. Moments earlier, the verses had felt comforting. Now they felt personal. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart. Proverbs 3-5. She had prayed those words for years, encouraged others with them, quoted them with confidence. But trust sounds different when it costs something. She lowered her eyes again to the page, but she wasn't reading anymore. She was remembering. The message, the timing, the weight behind it. And then it came again, that nudge. Not loud, not dramatic, just persistent. There was someone she had been thinking about for weeks. Someone she had avoided calling. Someone she had felt prompted to check on, but hadn't. It had felt inconvenient at first, then uncomfortable. Now it felt unavoidable. Her heart began to race, because obedience suddenly had a name attached to it. She whispered quietly, "Lord, is this what you're asking?" Silence filled the space, but not empty silence. The kind described in Psalm 46:10. Be still and know that I am God. Stillness wasn't the absence of instruction. It was the space where courage had to grow. She remembered another scripture. If any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. Matthew 16:24. Follow. That word echoed in her spirit. Following meant movement. Movement meant risk. And risk meant she could be rejected, misunderstood, ignored. Her hands loosened slightly around the Bible. What if she reached out and it wasn't received? What if she misheard God? What if this was just emotion? Immediately, another verse surfaced, gentle but firm. For God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. 2 Timothy 1-7. Fear was speaking loudly, but fear wasn't leading. She closed her eyes. Here am I, she whispered again, the words trembling on her lips. But this time she didn't finish the sentence, because finishing it would mean surrender, and surrender would mean action. She opened her eyes and looked at her phone lying on the table. It seemed heavier than before, as if the weight of obedience had settled inside it. She knew this much. God had used someone to reach her. Now he was asking her to do the same. And suddenly she understood something she hadn't before. The message she received wasn't just comfort. It was training. Training her to listen. Training her to move. Training her to trust his timing more than her understanding. Her breathing steadied. She reached for her phone, paused, looked down once more at the Bible in her hands. Then she finally completed the verse aloud. Here am I. Send me. Isaiah 6-8. And with trembling faith, she began to type. She didn't know how the message would be received. She didn't know what response would come back. But what she didn't realize yet was that her obedience in this moment would unlock something far greater than the reassurance she had originally prayed for. And when the reply came, it would confirm that God had been writing this story long before she ever whispered, God, I need you.